What's up, everybody?
Hey, hey.
And welcome back to the channel.
Today we're doing something a little different. We're going to talk about our favorite scary movies to watch during Halloween and what snack we like to eat while watching that movie.
That's what I'm here for, the food.
You're here for the snacks?
The snacks. I'm excited to see what we each pick.
Yeah, exactly. So we each picked our own favorite movie. So this video is my favorite movie, which is the 1978 John Carpenter classic, Halloween.
Ooh, it's a good one.
It's about serial killer, I guess psycho killer, Michael Myers.
Ooh.
Not Mike Myers, the actor.
He's scary too.
Important difference. It's not the guy that played Shrek. It's a serial killer, Michael Myers, who the movie starts out, he's like a little boy, he kills his sister and he gets sent off to the psych ward. He escapes.
That would do it.
He escapes years later, goes back to the same town where he committed the murder on Halloween, and he starts killing again in that same town. His psych doctor knows what Michael Myers is all about, obviously, and is trying to stop him from killing people. And poor Jamie Lee Curtis, this is her like feature film debut. She is like one of Michael Myers' targets in the movie.
Okay, that sounds really awesome, and I want to hear more about that movie, but Eric, you missed out on the snacks.
Oh, crap,
We're
the
supposed to
snack.
be eating snacks.
The most important part.
I jumped into talking about the movie. So I love eating Glosette Raisins while watching
Good.
Halloween.
Did you get enough for all of us?
Your lucky day, we each got our own box.
Yes.
Best ever, it says right on the box. Glosette Raisins, if you have never had them, are
Chocolate covered raisins.
raisins.
All right, well, I'm just going to dig in while you keep talking, but
Alright, so yeah, guys, jump in.
I would B-roll those.
Oh, buddy. So, funny thing, they're supposed to look like that. These came from the dollar store and could be a little old. Some of them look like they actually were killed by Michael Myers potentially.
I'm not judging them. I'm still eating them.
Even the chalky ones?
Okay, they all
All
taste
right.
the
It's
same
all
going
chocolate in
down.
the end, that's right. It's
That's
just
true.
A little dry, maybe.
Yep, so they are chocolate covered raisins and I love eating them.
They're so good.
This
Let's
time
do
of
a
year.
couple here.
So here's these boxes. Actually, his seem to be newer. That's what they're supposed to look like.
You don't need that.
My box.
Okay, so now that we have the snacks out and we can kind of like nibble,
Yeah.
I have a couple questions for you about this movie.
Sure.
I've seen the movie once, like probably you made me watch it at one point in time.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be honest, the only reason why I know that movie is because the little girl in it is on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that I'm currently watching, so connect.
Oh yeah, that's right, Marie watching.
Oh yeah, so in the movie, Jamie Lee Curtis is babysitting two little kids.
Yeah.
And a little boy and a little girl. And the little girl was on what?
She's on now because she's Paris Hilton's aunt.
Get out.
Kyle Richards. She's
That
on
is,
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
that's a weird connection.
That is
Yeah.
a strange, yeah.
So I like the movie for that.
So for the movie, that reason alone, because of the Housewives connection, you like the movie.
I admittedly am not really into, like, at the time I'm sure it was like really scary, but
Yeah.
now it's kind of like cheesy scary.
Yeah, I think that's why I like it. Like, I like the whole, like, all of the slasher horror movies that are made in like the late 70s, early 80s. I like that really cheesy vibe that comes along with those ones. This one's not as cheesy as like Nightmare on Elm Street or like...
Those are different? I thought they were the same movies.
No.
No, Nightmare on Elm Street
It's Freddy with it.
And,
razor claw.
and Friday the 13th. How is not as cheesy, I'll say, as those ones.
It's a little more based in reality, I guess. I mean, it's
Yeah.
You know, it's a
Low
he's a
budget,
person,
yeah.
but he's a person. He's not like a demon or like a ghost or anything like that, right? Like he's an actual person that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Exactly, he's crazy. He does seem to have some sort of like weird supernatural powers. I mean, he gets like shot. I mean, spoiler, anybody who doesn't see the movie, turn it off, this video off right now. But spoiler alert, at the very end, Michael Myers he's choking out Jamie Lee Curtis, he's about to kill her. Loomis comes in and shoots him. Shoots Michael Myers, and Michael Myers falls, gets shot a couple times, falls, 2 stories down to the ground, looks like he's dead.
Of course, yeah.
But-
is he?
Shot cuts away back to Jamie Lee Curtis, recovering with a Loomis. She's crying, she's upset obviously. Cut back to the ground where Michael Myers was lying down, and he's gone.
Isn't that how all horror movies?
That's yeah. You,
So how
you
many-
gotta keep that open ending for sequels.
Yeah, exactly.
So how many, like, sequels are there?
So there's 6 official movies in the original. Here's the weird part. Number 3 is called Season of the Witch. It doesn't really count. It doesn't follow the Michael Myers lineage.
Okay.
So there's 6. And then it goes into a whole spin-off. They brought Jamie Lee Curtis back. She was only in the first 2 movies originally. They brought her back in the late 90s for like Halloween
I
H2O,
saw that one. I
Halloween
think.
Resurrection.
That's right.
And they
Yeah.
just remade them again. Didn't Rob Zombie do one?
Rob Zombie did a remake in
Yeah,
like
they did.
the mid-2000s,
I was
I
gonna say
think.
they like another
Yeah.
kick at the can with them. Yeah.
But
Exactly.
would you have to say out of all those though, like the first one's your favorite?
The first one by far is my favorite. Like,
Okay.
it's just gonna be like chills, like how creepy Michael Myers is sometimes. Because Tyson talk at all, right? So you don't know what his motivation is, what he's thinking, or what he's feeling.
Okay.
He's just like, faceless monster, and he's just like possessed, consumed with, killing these teenagers in this town.
Is that the?
And what's really creepy about him is like, you just hear him breathing in the mask.
Okay,
and so growing up, whenever I wear like a Halloween mask, and I hear myself breathing in the mask, I always think like, Michael Myers.
Here's a question though. Is that the movie where there's a scene where, I don't know, it's like a street, and then he's just like in the behind a bush or something, just like watching kids?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was creepy, I remember. That stuff creeps me out.
Yeah.
Not the like stabbing and killing stuff, it's the like creepy behind
stalking.
the bush. The stalking, yeah. That
the stalking stuff?
Yeah,
that's a little creepy.
First of all, intermission. Have some of your snacks, because Steve and I are just like chowing down
on these raisins.
They're so good.
Yeah, they're really good. Glosette Raisins, hard to beat.
Fun fact about Halloween number 1, we're talking about the Halloween mask that that Michael Myers wears.
Yep.
So that mask is actually a Captain Kirk mask.
Eric just got nerdy.
When John Carpenter was making the movie back then, they were trying to figure out like what kind of a mask to give the Michael Myers character to make him look creepy, right? Mm-hmm. It was either a clown mask or a Captain Kirk mask. And what they did to the Captain Kirk mask is they bleached it, so it's all white. And they wanted to go for like a really emotionless, faceless kind of like psychopath look, right? So I guess emotionless and psychopathic was Captain Kirk in this case.
I think that was a good choice though, because the clown mask would have just been not as creepy.
No, that would have been like way too cheesy.
No, it would be like too over the top. At the very beginning of the movie, when little Michael Myers kills his sister, isn't he wearing a clown mask?
He is.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But they decided to.
Yeah, because that's what the little Michael Myers, when he walks into his sister's house after his sister and her boyfriend get it on, he puts on a mask.
Weird.
Yeah, there's a whole like film theory about that, like the serial killers, and they're like
why they go after
like
horny teenagers?
Yeah, they're like supposed to be like the morality barometers in movies, basically. So that's why like they kill teenagers who like have underage sex and stuff.
I'm treated to be a popular topic in a lot of these 80s horror movies.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why like these characters, like the monsters in the movies, once they go after like the virgin or the one who hasn't done anything wrong yet, that's when they die. Same thing in Halloween. Michael Myers is killing these teenagers after they've had sex, and then he goes after Jamie Lee Curtis, who is like the pure virgin. She hasn't done anything yet. So that's his mistake. He falls on the wrong side of the morality barometer, and he gets killed.
Look at all that
deep stuff.
All that stuff in a cheesy 1978 horror movie.
You think it's just a slasher movie, but there's some thought going into these things. Fun fact number 2, John Carpenter, he did the soundtrack himself. So that creepy Halloween music, that like the piano music.
It's like 2 keys.
It's classic though, that song. As soon as you hear it, you know it though.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. I think he did a fantastic job. Nice. Really creepy, and that little piano riff sticks with you.
I was gonna say, so what's your favorite scene in the movie?
My favorite scene in the movie, that's a really good question, because the movie's got so many good little scenes to it. I think one of the creepiest scenes is when the Jamie Lee Curtis character is looking at the second floor bedroom window of her house, and there's a clothesline down below in the yard, and there's just some sheets waving in the wind, and then she does a double take, and then Michael Myers is there in between the clothesline, and in between the sheets, and she's like, looks again, and he's gone.
Oh, that's
and it's like
creepy.
One of those weird things, like she's like, asking her, she's like, am I crazy? Did I actually see something? Is something going on? Yeah. And it just, it builds the suspense that something terrible is about to happen. Michael Myers is stalking the people of this town.
He's there, ready to kill.
Okay, so that was my favorite scene. What about you guys? Do you have a favorite scene in this movie?
You know what? I like the scene where the doctor and the nurse are rolling up to the mental hospital. But this is before Michael Myers has escaped. So they're going to visit him, I believe. And all of a sudden, there's someone on top of the car attacking them. And like the doctor's out of the car because he's trying to open up the gate to get into like the psychiatric hospital. And there's like someone smashing through the window attacking the poor nurse.
Lord.
And then she gets out of the car, and then you see, you don't see who it is, you just see a person in like a gown get in the car and drive away. And then the doctor runs over to the nurse and is like, oh, are you okay? And they realize that was probably, they think it's Michael Myers, who just escaped the mental hospital. Yeah. And he's thinking that he's off on his way to go start murdering people. So that kind of kickstarts the whole movie into this doctor chasing Michael Myers, trying to convince people that yes, he's escaped, he's dangerous,
Evil has come back to Haddonfield.
Exactly.
And
He's trying to convince. That's a lot of the movie is that's doctor trying to convince people that hey, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
There's a psychopath who's coming to kill everyone. I can't prove it, but I know he's there.
Side note: he picked a really good time to do it because everybody would have just thought he was like a person dressed up for Halloween.
Yeah, it just was like coincidence, right? Because when he killed his sister, it was Halloween.
Oh, well, then that makes sense. It's not really that big of a coincidence. They had to tie it in.
Well, yeah, exactly. It makes sense. He was actually motivated to kill on Halloween.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that was his first kill.
He hates Halloween so much.
So yeah, that was a good recap of the movie for anybody who hasn't seen it. And if you have seen it, it's always interesting to get different people's perspectives on what they thought, if it was scary, and like different scenes that they like. So did you have anything else that you wanted to...
I love like a lot of old horror movies. I love watching this time of year. I like, you know, Psycho, the Alfred Hitchcock classic. I like the Friday the 13th movies. But every year I have to watch Halloween, and I always pull up a box of Glosette Raisins because this is my go-to snack this time of year.
Well, it's just interesting because I feel like people just have that weird, like, you sit down to watch Halloween and you've always eaten Glosette Raisins, so without even thinking, you just eat Glosette Raisins.
I guess it's something I started when I was like, you know, probably I think I saw Halloween for the first time when I was like, you know, maybe like 9 years old.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and probably had Glosette Raisins then. It's just
cool,
something I kept going with.
Well, Eric, thanks for sharing your snacks with us.
No problem, guys. Thanks for talking some Halloween with me.
Alright guys, that's it for today's video, and thank you so much for watching. And don't forget, we have new videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and we go live every Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
This video is a little different. If you liked it, please leave us a thumbs up. Let us know what you thought about it. And don't forget to hit that bell down below for notifications on any future uploads. And please subscribe.
Comment down below if you've seen the original John Carpenter classic Halloween. Let us know in the comments what you think of this movie down below. Also, Glosette Raisins, like them? Yes, no? Let us know. Here's a look behind the scenes for you guys.
YouTube and chill. Bye guys.
So while we're finishing chewing down on these things, that pretty much wraps up why I love Halloween. I gotta say something better than that. That was really bad. So thanks for talking movies with you. Yeah. So.
I just choked on it all the time. Sorry. I laughed when I had
It's okay, I was literally about to go get a raisins.
Did once I think something flew out of me.
Oh, I don't know.
I was possessed.
Oh God.
I laughed and it like sucked it back. Sorry.
It's okay. So we know you're okay.
I'm good.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?